I don't have $400. What do? You gotta check out UsedTiresExpress.net.
They carry thousands of used tires. Our main warehouse holds tens of thousands of tires with a great variety of brands, models, sizes, and thread depth. Available for online sales or local customers. Visit us online at UsedTiresExpress.net or call 310-837-1000 and speak with a tire specialist. Used Tires Express. Save some cash and the planet.
The Ventana New Media Engine is a combination of technologies and processes that allow strategic delivery of corporate communications. It allows companies to leverage press releases, articles, blogs, audio-video podcasts for content-driven search engine optimization, including Google, Bing, and Yahoo. The Ventana New Media Engine channels include microsites, web feed publishers and news communities, online audio-video and image communities, social bookmarking and syndication sites, social journalism sites, and targeted blogs. This allows real-time placement of submitted content to sites with millions of unique visitors per month to drive URL authority for page 1, 2, or 3 search engine ranking.
Visit us online at VentanaNewMedia.com.
Do you know Gianni Russo? He has been in many movies that you may know and love, such as The Godfather as Carlo Rizzi, Don Corleone's wife beating double-crossing son-in-law, and he's been in another 40 movies or so. I could go on, but you just gotta go to his website, GianniRusso.com. Also, did you know that Gianni Russo is an established singer as well as an actor? But that's not all. At Gianni Russo, he has select stores worldwide where you can enjoy his exclusive line of wines, pasta sauces, and music for your listening pleasure. Gianni Russo has frequent appearances and performances so you can go say hello to him in person and show your respect. Visit GianniRusso.com for more information. Gianni Russo, tell him the family sent you.
For city girls who lived up the sky.
It's the Hollywood Rockin' Wrap-Up with your host, Jason Hadley. Wheel of Fortune host Pat Sajak claims global warming activists are unpatriotic and racist. Funny how no one's accused Wheel of Fortune of racism, as Van is the only one turning those letters, a job that's obviously for whites only. After getting cut from Dancing with the Stars, James Maslow's fans are claiming the voting system's rigged. ABC was quick to issue a statement saying that every vote counts, with the exception of Transylvania, where every count votes. Nothing? Channing Tatum recently told GQ magazine that he considers himself to be a high-functioning alcoholic, claiming booze doesn't impair his ability to make wise decisions. I'll bet him 22 Jump Streets he's wrong. In what's being called an unlikely pair, Cameron Diaz has reportedly begun dating Good Charlotte guitarist Benji Madden. However, with their last album released back in 2010, I think at this point it's fair to just call them Charlotte. And that's the Hollywood Rockin' Wrap-Up. Follow us on Twitter at Rockin' Wrap-Up.
Hello, everybody. It's Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. It is Tiffany Beth, and I want to thank everybody for joining me on the Wicked Edge tonight. We have a wicked, awesome show for you. And yes, I said wicked, too. We have an amazing show for you tonight. We have Josie Milner, and she is a teenage country and singing sensation. And let me tell you, this little girl, she is so talented. Not only that, she has a huge heart. She has an anti-bullying campaign, which I cannot stress enough. It's so important, and I really wish more people were on the anti-bullying campaign train, because if we were, this world would be a much, much better place. Before we get to my beautiful and talented guest, Josie, just a couple things. First off, excuse me, to our sponsor, the Caring Coaching Center. If you're looking for a new, healthier you, go to www.caringcoachingcenter.com. Look at Karen's site. She's an amazing person, full of love and a big heart. and she will help you get healthy. Look at her website, email her for your free 15-minute health history consultation, and what she'll do with that health history consultation is she will design a program to purposely and specifically set your target needs. So that means if you want to lose weight, she'll help you lose weight. If you want to get a little just eating healthier, a little more active, not so much to lose weight, to help you do that too. And it's not like Weight Watchers or Jenny Craig or anything like that. It's completely confidential and private and specifically made to fit your needs. So go to www.theKarenCoachingCenter.com and email Karen for your free 15-minute health history consultation today. So that's 5 times fast. So if you're into the paranormal, which I know some people are, I know a lot of people are doing Halloween, but did you know that Rolling Hills Asylum in East Bethany, New York is open all year round and does ghost tours? DTM, Wicked Radio, and the Wicked Edge will be actually holding a live show there and an investigation because we like to dabble in that on the side. And on the 31st of May, we want you to come out and join us because it's going to be a lot of fun. Sharon Farley and Brad, the proprietress and her partner of the Rolling Hills Asylum, will take you on a huge historical tour, which, by the way, is fascinating. And after the tour, we'll be doing an investigation just for fun. We'll also be doing a live broadcast because it's fun, right? We're prepping for Halloween a couple months early. No big deal. But it's a ton of fun. And also, if you can't make it on the 31st, but you're interested in history and you're interested in, the unexplained, there's always ghost tours and there's always ghost hunts, captive and public. Go to www.therollingHillsAsylum.com and email for more information, or you can even call Sharon. Her number's on the website. And it's a great place full of history. I'm a history buff. I love history, and if you do too, it will not be disappointed. Again, East Bethany, New York, 10 minutes from a major airport. So if you're coming up from California, should stop you. You're 10 minutes away. There's no excuses. I don't want to hear them. But it's a lot of fun. Also, if you're an author or a musician and you would like your published works or your music featured on DTMWickedRadio.com, email me at DTMWicked. I'm a musician myself. As you can tell, we love music, and we want to feature you and where to buy your music, where your tour updates are coming from, where you're headed to. And if you're an author, we want to post your published works up there. We want to make sure that the world sees them because we get thousands of hits a day, and we have 2.5 million listeners in the United States and over 71 countries worldwide. That's right. We're growing, baby, and we want to take you with us. So email me at DTMWicked. If you're an author or musician, let us feature you. Also, we're always looking for sponsors. We're always looking to promote businesses, and we do heavy advertisements. So if you're a business and you would like to be sponsored on our sponsor page, put your logo on our banners, get advertisements at every event we go to because we travel all over the United States, get a commercial on iHeart, be featured on iHeartRadio, the whole gambit. We would love to do that for you. Email me again at Tiffany Beck at DTMWicked. And let's see what we can do to help get you out there. We're always looking for sponsors, and we're always looking to advertise. There's no such thing as too much exposure. I think my guests can absolutely agree with that tonight. And it's a lot of fun. And our network is, again, it's growing. 2.5 million listeners, U.S., 71 countries worldwide, and thousands of hits on our websites every day. Also, go to Facebook, DTMWicked at yahoo.com on Facebook or Facebook.com. I have a million things running through my head. And we would love to have you like our page. Get updates on our hosts, get updates on our guests. And, we're just rocking out, people, and you should join us. And I want to thank my listeners for joining us because you guys are awesome. You guys put up with my rambling and my dizziness, and I love you for it. And you guys rock because you're a wicked audience. Except wicked again, and I'm going to keep But without further ado, I want to bring on our guest because she is so talented. She's young. She's young, and she started singing at a young, early age. I've been listening to her music. I've been watching her videos on YouTube, and she is a talent. And ever since the word opened up for Scotty McCreery, we all know him from American Idol, a couple of other people. She's won awards. She's nominated for awards. Not to mention, she's got the biggest heart because she has an anti-bullying campaign. And for somebody so young to step up to the plate and, say, you know what, screw everybody, we should love everybody and not bully each other, you know what? She makes my heart melt. And this is Miss Josine Miller. Hi, doll.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, Speedy.
Hey, it's all right.
So I want to thank you so much for joining me and my audience tonight. You really are a very talented young lady, and with such a big heart and very mature for your age. And I love that. And when did you realize that singing was your passion and your talent?
Well, growing up, I've just always been the kind of child, I guess you could say, that was always listening to music or was always humming a song, or I was even asking for CDs because that's what I wanted. I just always had some interest in music. And before I got into my career, I actually did rodeo for 8 years, and that's kind of when the music really started. I was singing the national anthems all the time at rodeos, or I'd be invited to go sing at a different rodeo or even some sporting events, so that's just kind of stuff where it really started to take off. But then whenever I was about 14 years old, I was invited to sing at the National Steel Guitar Convention in St. Louis, Missouri. That was a whole new experience for me. And like I said, I had been doing rodeo, so to go up on a stage with a microphone in my hand and sing to people, it's completely new to me. But, I got up there, and I love the feeling of it, and I love knowing that people are watching me for entertainment. And I thought it was awesome. So it's something that I kind of wanted to hold on to. And so, afterwards, I had a lot of people come up to me and say that they really enjoyed it for me being so young, that I had a whole lot of potential. And so, to get some recognition like that already, that's we had to pay attention to. So I talked to my parents about it, and then we were like, hey, should we try it out and see how it goes? And we decided on it. And so, we just kind of started doing research, and we started talking to people and just held auditions to get a band together and just really started getting into it. And so far, I think are turning out pretty well.
Well, I would say so. I was reading about you, and like I said, I've been watching your videos, listening to your music, and you're one of the most sought-after bands in your area. A musician.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. I actually just had a local fair yesterday contact me and say that they wanted us at their fair. So, to get some recognition, especially around here where there's so many great bands, and, for people to think, hey, this Jersey Miller girl is kind of looking good, just for them to take me into interest for their show or for their fair or whatever, it's pretty exciting.
That is exciting, and that's very cool. Now, do you write your own music?
I have not yet, actually. That's something that me and my producer are really starting to get serious about. Last time I talked to him, that's something that's going to be coming up here soon, because we've got to get on it, because there's so many great songs out there. It's so hard to find songs for independent artists like myself to record. And so, if I can write my own music and have my own music produced, that will just kind of amp up my career even more. So it's something that I have not started yet, but it's going to be started soon.
Okay, my confusion, I'm so sorry, because some of the songs you write go along with your anti-bullying campaign, like Not Pretty Enough, which is a very beautiful song, and the words really hit close to home, and it's, a very, very powerful message.
Definitely, yeah, and that song, it actually wrote an artist from Australia, Miss Casey Chambers. It did really well for her over there, and it's never been released to the U.S. radio, and so we kind of found it, my manager found it, actually, and he was watching a horror movie, and so he sent it over to me, and he was like, hey, give this song a listen, maybe we can try doing it, and, I listened to it, and I thought the same thing. I thought the lyrics were beautiful, and I thought it had such a strong message, and, so, we went to the studio, and I just kind of did my own version of it, and when we released it, I think people had the same thought process that I did, that it touched so many different people, and it had such a strong message and stood for so much. And, it did really well. Like you were saying, I actually became a spokesperson for a national anti-bullying organization, Angels and Doves. And they're just an anti-bullying organization that goes around and talks to schools about bullying and, what to do in case you witnessed it and how to handle the situation. So they're just a really great organization. And for me to be a part of them, I'm so proud and I'm so humbled to be a part of them. Bullying is always something that's bothered me. I don't understand why people have to pick on someone else just to feel superior or to make themselves feel better or anything. But I've always been the kind of person that steps up in case I've witnessed it. And so, it's just something I've always felt strongly against. So whenever I was offered to be the spokesperson, I definitely had to take up that offer. And I'm definitely very proud to be a spokesperson for them.
And it touches, and I think I can speak for a lot of people, it touches their heart when people do step up for the anti-bullying, because unfortunately bullying just doesn't stop in elementary school. It goes on through high school, college, and even in the workplace by adults. And you're right, it's done by people who have very low self-esteem that, it really starts with them. It has nothing to do with the person they're bullying. It completely starts with them. And I'm a huge anti-bullying advocate myself because I work with children with special needs, and I've worked with children and adults that have behavioral and mental problems, and they're a target for people in society. And it absolutely breaks my heart when somebody, does something deliberately to try to hurt them or bring them down in a mental, physical matter and emotional. And it takes a piece of you away to see that happen. So I wish more people would get on the anti-bullying train. So to have people like you who are in the public eye setting an example to have a better society and a better life for other people, it's very heartwarming and it's inspiring. And, I think I can speak again for a lot of people, and I say thank you for doing that, because the people like you, if more people step up that are in the media and the public eye and have a voice that can reach to millions of people, like I do as well.
Well, thank you.
Well, you're welcome, but it's important and it's inspiring, and more people need to do that, because I think if more people do that and see people who are role models stepping up, for lack of a better term, the little person, maybe, just maybe, a little bit of society will change for the better.
Definitely. And, since I've been part of something that really attention to the bullying aspect, I think I have realized that a lot more people are really trying to step up and make a difference about it. Especially in the news, you're always hearing about stories of, people stepping in or people talking about it. So it's not. So I think it's more in the public eye now than what it used to be. And that's awesome, for people to be taking a stand against it and realizing that it's not right. It makes me happy to know that there's more and more people out there that's really starting to take a stand against it. So.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. Now, does your anti-bullying campaign also kind of fuel your motivation for your music to get out there, to get the word out there?
I think it definitely does. Every time I have a show, that's one of the things I always talk about is just how bullying impacts so many different people and how it changes lives. And so, it's something I always have to talk about. And as far as my music, I always try to pick music that I think people can relate to anyways. And so, whenever I can find music or whenever we can write music that can really impact someone like Not Pretty Enough did, I think that just makes the song so much better. Especially whenever I go and hear new songs, I always pay attention to the lyrics first to see, hey, does this have any meaning or what does the song mean? So, for me to be able to find songs or release songs that can impact people and can make people happier, can take a stand against something, I definitely do believe that is what I gear my music towards, is something that can change someone.
I'm so glad you said that. And it makes my heart smile, and I'll tell you why. I'm a lyric writer. I can't write music, but I'm a lyric writer. And I had on Andy Ross a couple weeks ago, and he writes his own music. But there's a lot of artists out there who are extraordinarily talented who don't necessarily write music, but they pick something that they can relate to. And I respect that, because even if you don't write music, even right now, you can still pick a song out of the catalog, because I think songwriters need representation too, that means something to you, and if it means something to you, that's going to help your audience relate to you more. I cannot stand it when people are like, well, I wrote this song. It doesn't mean anything. The words just came to me. I put them down on paper. Or picked a song out of, I picked a song out of a catalog, and it didn't mean anything, but I think it would make a good hit. And it really aggravates me when that happens, because to me, the best part of listening to somebody sing is relating to the artist, because that makes them have a relationship with you, and it makes them have a relationship with the song. So I totally respect the fact, and I love the fact that you pick music that you can relate to and you think other people can relate to, that can, inspire them, or at least, touch them in some way that'll make them feel better about themselves, or at least something they can relate to, going, okay, I'm not the only one going through this.
Definitely, yeah. My latest single really is Cowgirls. It's not as heartfelt or as touching as Not Pretty Enough, but I still really relate to it since I have the rodeo background. And, Cowgirls is kind of self-explanatory. It's what the song is about. And so, I think with that song, whenever I went and recorded that song, I knew that it was it was going to be awesome because I could relate to it. So I could put a lot of emotion into it. And so, yeah, definitely when I pick my music, I definitely try to pick stuff that I can relate to, or I know a lot of people can relate to, and that'll be really good, and I can put a lot of emotion into. So that's me.
But that's great. I love that, and I respect that. And, you know, again, you know, there was a guy from Incubus, Brandon, and I'm sorry, dude, I'm calling you out, but, you know, there was Drive. Drive is actually, the words he put on paper are very meaningful. But he was like, I just put words on paper, they just came to me, it really doesn't mean anything. They completely discredited the song and him for me, because it's like, now wait a second, I think as a musician you have a responsibility to create that relationship with your fans, to throw a little piece of yourself in a song, whether you wrote it or not. And
definitely,
so it really killed my whole love for Incubus. I'm like, well, I guess I'll be releasing a new band soon. Holy crap. So, you know, I love the fact that you're like, you know what, I didn't write it, but it still connects with me. And I think that makes you even more endearing to your audience, because it's like, well, if she loves it and she connects with it and I can connect with it, then we have a connection. And I think that's what's important.
Definitely. Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, being a teenager, I have to find this out. Being a teenager, you just graduated, or you're graduating?
I did just graduate. Last Thursday, I graduated high school.
You graduate really early. Our graduation still happened until the end of June. But how did you balance, you know, having a music career and being a teenager in schoolwork?
You know, I think a lot of it, at least what I like to think it was a lot of really good time management. Before I even got into this career, that's one thing I wanted to maintain, was being good in school and being a good student and anything like that. And so, you know, all throughout high school, I was a straight A student. I finished with a 3.95 GPA.
Wow.
And so I was really proud of it, especially maintained it all throughout doing my music career. But like I said, just time management and doing my work before I even left school, or doing it the first thing I got home so I knew that was out of the way, or just anything like that. And if I had to leave, say, for a week to go on a radio tour or anything like that, I always made sure I had my work turned in before I even left, so I didn't have to worry about when I got back. And if I still caught up with the class. So, you know, it's just, I mean, there might have been a lot of extra time of putting into schoolwork that a lot of other students didn't really have to focus on. But I knew that I wanted to maintain good grades and maintain being a good student. So that's one thing that was really important to me. So definitely time management was probably the key to that.
That's awesome. You know, and that is extraordinarily mature of you. I am 34. Yes, I'm old. And I have terrible time management. If it wasn't for my husband, who's my producer, my manager, my agent, my publicist, my everything, keeping me in mind, I would be a big old mess. Lord knows I needed him, and you know, and as a teenager to be so responsible and so mature, like, your parents must be incredibly proud, not just because you're such a talented young lady, but a young woman, I should say. Sorry, a young woman. Your parents must be so very proud that you're very level-headed and well-adjusted and responsible.
I like to think, but actually, I think I have, actually no, because you know, my weird thing on my porch when we talked about graduation. It was actually the Wednesday before graduation, and my mom and dad were just sitting there and talking about all the stuff that I've been able to accomplish throughout my 18 years and how they're just so proud of me. And I've never really seen my dad cry. I mean, of course I've seen him kind of shed a tear here and there, but my dad full-on broke down and cried because he was so proud of me. And it was just one of the moments. It was like, oh my gosh, our daddy's crying. So, you know, it was really, I'm really proud to know that I made my parents proud. You know, for my dad to break down and be so happy about it, it makes me very happy to know that I'm actually doing something that's doing really good. So,
absolutely, you've accomplished a lot in your 18 years. You've accomplished more than some adults do in an entire lifetime. And, you know, you should be very proud of the accomplishments. And, you know, it sounds like you're a daddy's girl, and I think that's fantastic. You know, it's always nice when you have a close relationship with your daddy. I think that's important. Of course, it comes on a daddy's girl. So I relate to you so much. I love this. This is great.
Thank you.
Now, what do you have planned? I mean, other than your music career, because that's a given. Are you planning on going to college? Are you going to give it a break a little bit and just kind of throw yourself full force into your career?
No, I am going to college. I know it's a little scary, but, you know, still, I want to have the education behind me still. And my mom and I actually just went down to the college I'm going to today to get everything finalized. But I'm going to the University of Central Missouri. It's not too far from where I live, so I will be pretty good with it. And I'm going for graphic design, so I'm really excited about that. It's just something that I'm really interested in, and it will tie in really well with my career as far as making CD covers or posters or anything like that. And, I got throughout high school, I got a lot of recognition through my graphic design that I made. And even at graduation, I designed the graduation cover. So, I'm just really happy about it. And I'm excited to be going to college and to have kind of that more education that I'll be able to kind of jump into.
That's awesome. You see, gentlemen, any single men out there of 18 years, she's very pretty, she's very talented, and she's technologically sound. She knows a lot, so I'm just saying. I apologize, she's careful. Dad might want to start polishing a gun or something. I'm just saying.
Just saying.
Just saying, Dad. Might want to start polishing that gun. Told you we have fun here. So are you working on an album right now?
We're not working on a full-fledged album, but we're going to be doing an EP, and I actually just got some songs tonight from a manager that I listened to a little bit ago, and we think there's one more strong possibility to make it on the EP, which should be kind of finalizing it all. We've been kind of looking for 2 extra songs, and I think we've pretty much got it all put together, so I'm really excited. For a music career, a CD or an EP is like the dream thing to do. And so it's getting closer. It's starting to really get into the process of doing it. So we'll hopefully soon, we're hoping by the end of this year that we'll have it all put together.
So at the end of next year, like in January, or in 2015 or 2014?
Probably the end of 2014, beginning of 2015.
Very cool, but I don't think that a lot of people understand just how much work goes into making an EP. It's a lot of work.
Oh, it definitely is. From picking songs to going in the studio to changing stuff that you don't like from what you heard, and getting everything put together, especially sending off to be put on the CDs and for the press. And it definitely is a lot of work. Definitely is. Whenever I got in this career, I never really expected it to be as hard as it is. I just kind of thought, I'll perform and sing and I'll be good. But there's so much more work that goes into it that I never expected. And definitely making an EP or a CD at that is a lot harder than what I was thinking. But it's awesome all together, especially going to the studio, and recording and just kind of joking around with it. And it's awesome. I love this career.
It is a lot of fun. It's a lot of hard work, but it's a lot of fun, hard work. Even though, like you said, you go into anything in the media and entertainment industry is not as easy as it's portrayed. Everything has about 20 steps to it. When you think you have done the last step, there's always another step to go.
It's got another 5 steps to go, yes.
People in the media make this look so easy. They totally lied. But it's okay. The ends justify the means. Now, when you're in the studio, are you like a huge perfectionist? Are you the one going, let's do this over again, or is it your producer?
There's a lot of times where it goes back and forth. Like, there'll be one line that I'll do that I won't like, that I'll have to do over until I like it. And there'll be one line that he doesn't like that I have to do over until he likes it. A lot of it's just kind of back and forth. But I've worked with the same studio for my last 2 singles. I love working at the studio that I'm at because we all bounce off ideas from each other, and we all just try to make the song as best as it can be. And, it was the final product of both my singles that I've released. I've been so happy with. And so, I can't wait to see what the future singles will be and how they'll turn out, because I know they're going to sound good, and I just can't wait to hear them.
Well, we can't wait to hear them either. I think it's going to be great. Will you be performing at the CMT Music Fest?
I will be. I'll be down there the whole week of June for Nashville, and I was there last year, but unfortunately I was not able to stay the whole week last year. But this year I'm staying the whole week, and I have a whole bunch of exciting things coming up. I'll be performing, kind of kicking it off with the Tamar Wynette tribute concert up at Hard Rock Cafe. Also performing with the Ernest Tubb Record Shop, which is like one of the oldest jamborees that's been going down in Nashville. So I'll be performing with that. you know, I just have a lot of exciting stuff going on, so I'm definitely super excited for this year.
Sounds like you're going to be very, very busy.
I'm thinking so. It looks like I won't be getting any sleep, but it's okay. I'll get through it.
Well, you know what? Busy's better than bored. At least, you know, you're doing something productive and you're not just sitting twiddling your thumbs.
That's true. That is true.
So, what are you looking for? I mean, other than performing in Nashville, what are you looking forward to as well? Are you going to go to the awards ceremony? Is there somebody you're looking forward to seeing perform?
You know, I think for CMA Week, whenever I went last year, what I was most excited about is just walking down, just walking on the sidewalk and seeing all the different people who are there and who love country music. That was my most favorite part, is just to see how much support like the country music industry have and country music itself. So that was one of my favorite things. You know, of course, last year we got to see some stars like Eric Church, we saw Brantley Gilbert, and so, you know, kind of exciting to think about that, too. But I don't think I'll be attending the award show, unfortunately. We were hoping it's going to work out, but I don't think it's going to work out this year. Maybe next year. But, you know, this year as a whole, I just really look forward to my career expanding. You know, it's doing really good so far, so if it just keeps growing and going what it is, then I'm super excited to see what the future holds.
That's awesome. That's really cool. I can't imagine, you know, there's a couple of other artists that'll be down there, Julie Jones, Amy Rose, Doug Briney, even I think Andy Ross will be down there. There's going to be so many great musicians down there. I do wish we lived near Nashville. That'd be awesome. I feel so left out. I can't begin to tell you. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Because you brought up Nashville, I just love Nashville as a whole. I've been there. I believe that when we go down there for MG, it'll be my first time going, and it's just a beautiful town. I love it so much. You know, just walking down every time you see a new song, when you turn a new door, and you know, just all the history that's there, and it's just wonderful. It makes me so happy every time I go down there, and every time I talk about it. My little fairy tale land.
You know what? It's not fairy tale land. It is a goal. It's a goal, and you know, it's not unreachable. It's there. I don't care. People think I'm absolutely crazy because, well, let's take my husband for example, who is my manager, my publicist, my agent, my everything. He thinks I often live in La La Land because I have these ideas of grandeur. They're not ideas of grandeur. They're goals. So, honey, it's a goal.
Okay. I will start calling it a goal. I will not call it my fairy tale land. It was my goal.
See, now you got it. Now you got it. So, do your parents go with you wherever you go? Or, you know, are they trusting you now enough to kind of, like, venture out on your own?
Oh, no. Mom and Dad are with me at pretty much every single show. You know, my mom showed my show last weekend, and she was so upset about it. And so, you know, it's kind of funny because she was so upset about it. I mean, it wasn't even, it was just an acoustic show, so it wasn't even like a full-blown show, but she was still upset about it. And so, you know, it's kind of funny to know that my parents are always there, and especially whenever I have shows at vignette clubs or whenever I perform at a casino or whatnot, I actually have to have my parents there with me to look out over me, or I'm not able to play. So they still have to be with me, and, you know, as far as venturing out on my own, I don't think Mom's quite ready for that yet, because it's her thinking of me going off to college and just growing up. She's super upset about it, super depressed that her baby's growing up. So it's really funny, but it's a touchy situation, touchy topic with her. So I try not to talk about it too much, but sometimes it just happens. But no, my parents are definitely there with me at almost every show.
That's really great. It must be nice to have that support. Now, do you have siblings that also support you as well?
Do what?
Do you have? It's nice to have that support from your parents. Do you have siblings that support you as well?
I do. Yeah, I have an older brother who is going to college in Rolla, Missouri for engineering, and you know, he's always joking around with me about my music, so it's kind of funny how the baby sister is not doing this big music career, but you know, it's really awesome, especially any support from my family, period. I love it. all my family so far has loved the idea of me doing this as my career, and especially my mama, what I call her, my great grandmother. She's super proud of me. She's super proud of me doing this career, especially my papa before he passed away. He loved always hearing me sing, and I sang at our 50th wedding anniversary, so he always knew that I was going to end up in music somehow. And so, I always like to thank him for me kind of getting into this music, and I thank he's the one kind of watching over me to make sure that everything's going good. And so, my family's been very supportive, and I love all the support that I've gotten from them.
That's awesome. I think it makes it so much better and to feel better about yourself when you have your entire family supporting you and encouraging you. And it makes things so much more fun and so much more easier. And I think it ensures success when you have that foundation.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I seriously don't think I could be doing what I'm doing without the support that I've had from my family, especially, my immediate family, my mom, my dad, and they've always been there whenever I need help on anything. They're always there if I ever need any kind of assistance or just anything. They're always there. And so definitely the support I've had from them, I think, has made me been so successful with this career.
That's awesome. That's so awesome. Now, how did you come into finding the manager you have now?
Michael, it's kind of funny how it kind of played out, because I was at the point where it's just me and my mom kind of managing my career, and it's got to the point of we don't think we can take it any further than what we're doing. And so we seek out more professional management. And at the time, we had found Michael, and he was taking on a couple more artists, and it just kind of all worked out. We signed a contract with him, and things have just gone really well. I enjoy working with him. I've only actually met him face-to-face 2 times. It's kind of weird to think that it's all been through messages and emails and phone calls. But, he's a great manager, and he's awesome to work with. He's definitely helped me so much. He's helped me make this career a lot better than what my mom and I were able to do. So it's pretty awesome. I love the kind of relationship we have with him.
That's really, really great. He's a great manager. He brought us you and a couple of other artists who are fantastic, and he's right on top of things. I got to give it to him. He is so organized. That man is amazing.
Oh yeah, he keeps me on my toes and he keeps me busy. Let me tell you.
That's a good thing, though. That means you're out there and that's the one thing about a good manager and everything. They keep you in the face of the public, and that's where you need to be. To grow is in their faces. Some people are too afraid to kind of do that. I don't want to, overdo the public with myself. But the thing is, you know what? You really need to, and he really does that for you, it seems.
Oh, yeah, definitely. There's so many people trying to make it in this career, and you have to be straightforward, and you have to be out there, and you constantly have to be talking to people and getting your fan base built, and I definitely think he's helped me a lot with that, especially just all of it put together. He's definitely helped me a lot. So, I'm constantly posting on Facebook, constantly tweeting, posting on Instagram, and on my social media, because that's what you have to do anymore in order to keep in contact with your fans. So, social media has definitely been a huge part with this career and helping me maintain it and build it.
That's really awesome. That's so cool. Well, other than music and college, what else are you looking forward to as you grow as a person?
I think, just with this career, just to continuously put out good music and to really make an impact and, to touch people. I'm really looking forward to that, especially to be out in the music world and just to meet so many amazing and great people. I've met so many people so far, and I love it. I'm always meeting all these unique and different people, artists and musicians, just anyone. And so cool to get a connection for people that I never thought I'd be able to talk to. Just definitely kind of growing in that aspect, and of course, just growing as myself. I want to stay kind of the true to myself how I am now, the humble, kind of respecting person I am. So no matter where my music takes me, that's the person I'm going to stay, because that's the person I grew up being, and I won't let anything change that. So, it's just kind of exciting to see where things are going to go and how things are going to take off or where my career is going to end up. But, as long as in the future I'm doing something with my music, or as long as I'm happy with what I'm doing, I will be perfectly acceptable of it.
Fantastic. That's a good advantage to have. That's great. Now, other than music, what other extracurricular activities do you enjoy doing? What do people find you doing craziness?
Oh, goodness. That's a pretty long list, let me tell you. I enjoy a lot of different stuff, honestly. You know, of course, I love riding horses because that's what I grew up doing, but I love reading, and I love baking, and I love playing with my my corgi, which I kind of consider my baby because he's like my little baby. But and then, you know, I love hanging out with friends. I love being around family, especially around holidays, and just getting to see all my family. So, you know, I just a little bit of everything, as long as I'm interested in it, as long as it doesn't get me in trouble. Chances will see me doing it.
So you have a lot of interest.
I do. It's kind of funny to think in the broad spectrum that I'm interested in, because here you have this girl that doesn't mind going out and, say, playing in the mud or anything like that, but then I love being able to get dressed up and wearing all the pearls and the diamonds and the dresses and the heels. So I'm trying to separate people, but it's pretty awesome.
It's the girly tomboy thing. Like, there's sometimes you want to be a tomboy and be rough and tough and, you know, get your hands dirty, and then there's times you want to put on those nice stilettos and have your hair done and your makeup done. And I like it.
Exactly.
I like my sweatpants just as much as I like the dress.
Yeah, exactly.
As a matter of fact, sometimes I do my shows in my pajamas. It's all good.
Hey, it's okay. That is wonderful. I wish I could wear pajamas. I probably would, but I might be judged a little bit, so I won't.
But somebody can see you, so it's okay. It's like one of those things that's like, you know, they keep you guessing with the radio, you know, if they can't see you, it's like, am I wearing clothes or am I not? Am I in pajamas or am I in jeans? See, they don't know.
Yeah. That's so funny.
Just got to keep it real. Keep it real. My hair's in pigtails, you know, it's a good time.
It's all good. It's all good.
It's all good. So, excuse me, you know, again, you're very mature and you're very well put together for an 18-year-old. There's a lot of 18-year-olds that are not even half as well put together as you and has a mindset like you. Have you always been this ambitious, you know, this go-get-'em kind of a girl?
I think so. You know, thinking back to everything that I wanted to do, I've done anything from dancing to cheerleading to rodeo to now my music. So I've kind of done a little bit of everything, and every time I've set a goal, I've worked my butt off just so I can achieve that goal. And, you know, I remember getting into high school, kind of one thing that I really knew I wanted to do was I wanted to get into NHS. And I didn't want to get into my senior year. I wanted to get into it my junior year, which was harder than your senior year. And so, you know, I just worked really hard to make the requirements that you had to have for it. And whenever I got to junior year and I made it in, I was so happy. You know, so I always just kind of set goals like that. I mean, of course, I don't make them extremely hard or unrealistic. I always make them to where I know I can achieve them. I just have to work hard to achieve them. So, you know, I think I have always been like that. It's just kind of something I knew that I wanted to be like when I grew up. So that's just kind of something I've always done.
I think that's great because, I mean, as much as I think a free mind and a free spirit is really awesome, which I think everybody should have a little piece of them, I also think good set goals is also really well. I mean, and honestly, sometimes it takes a little bit to find your calling. It really does. Just recently I realized what my calling truly is. And, you know, I think it's so amazing that you knew from such a young age and you've worked towards it. And you've accomplished so much already. I mean, that's quite amazing. I mean, you are an exceptional young woman, and a talented, exceptional young woman. And I think well, you're very well. I mean, you know, you speak for yourself. I mean, you're truly amazing. I mean, you've accomplished so much, and you know, you have those set goals. Even your La La Land goals, they're goals. They're not La La Land, and you reach them. So you've already proved to people that the sky is the limit. You just have to go for it.
Definitely.
I think that's absolutely phenomenal. I can't believe how fast this hour is going. We're down to our last, I don't know, what time is it? Holy crap, we're down to our last 8 minutes. Holy bananas. I want to offer to you really quick, we do have a Music Mayhem page. We would love to feature you on there if you would like. We could put a press release and a link to your website and where people can buy your music if that's something you'd be interested in?
Definitely, yeah.
I think that'd be a lot of fun. Where can people find you other than on our website soon? And where can people find you? Just plug your anti-bullying again, plug where you're going to be performing, and plug where people can find your music.
Yeah. I think the easiest for people to just kind of keep up my career, of course, Facebook. Everyone has Facebook anymore. So just facebook.com/Josie Milner, JOSEYMILNER. And there you just see me post stuff all day long. Here recently I'm actually starting to post my senior pictures. So that's kind of the newest thing I've been doing. I'll be posting them for the next couple of weeks, and I'll be posting them on all my shows, all my interviews, and that's probably one of the best places to go. And if not on Facebook, definitely check out my website, JosieMilnerMusic.com. And that has my music on there as well as pictures, where I'll be performing at, and all that fun stuff. And you can also find me on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Reverb Nation. So I'm all over the place. And if you would like to buy my music, I'm also on iTunes, so I think it's pretty cool to be able to look at my name on iTunes. But so I'm on there, and so I'm all over the place, so it's pretty easy to find me.
That's really, really awesome. And again, you'll be performing in Nashville.
Yes. I'll be down there for the CMA fanfare down there. So that definitely just kind of keep an ear out and just kind of look around. There might be some other places popping up that I'll be performing. And also on May 30th, at the end of this month, I'll be performing at Anchor Fest in Centralia, Missouri. I performed there last year, and they're having me back this year, so I'm really excited for that. And then we have some more shows coming up that are in the works, too. So, like I said, just definitely keep posted on my Facebook. And if you'd like to come out and see the shows sometime, I really appreciate it. I love having people at shows, especially a huge audience. The more people there, the better I am. So I love having an audience. I love meeting new people. So, definitely just send me a message on Facebook or come up and say hi to me. I definitely am more than welcome and more than happy to strike up a conversation with someone.
Awesome. That is so cool. How amazing. Well, now also people can hear you on iHeart because we're on iHeartRadio. So
there you go.
Don't forget to also hear you on iHeart when with you. So that's exciting. I'm just so glad that we had you on the show today, and you're just you're such an amazing young woman, and I hope you get to come up to New York sometime. I'd love to see you perform.
I would love to come to New York and especially meet you. So it would be super exciting. So maybe someday we can get it worked out. Someday.
I'm like I said, we've had a lot of your colleagues on, your fellow musicians, and so I'm going to have to keep bugging Steve to be like, hey, there's another state up here, New York. You should filter some talent through New York. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to be pushy, but yeah, you need to.
All right, I think we might be able to work that out someday.
I certainly hope so. And again, I just want to say this is Josie Milner. You can find her on JosieMilnerMusic.com. You can find her on iTunes, and it's been such a pleasure. You have an open door on the Wicked Edge. You are always welcome here whenever you like. Just drop us a line and we'll make room for you.
All right, that sounds awesome. And thank you so much for having me on. It's been so much fun.
I'm so glad you had a good time. It was an absolute pleasure. Everybody, don't forget that you can also hear The Wicked Edge on iHeartRadio along with a bunch of other radio stations. We are everywhere. Again, 2.5 million listeners, United States and 71 countries worldwide. And don't forget, if anybody has any questions, to email me at dtmwicked@yahoo.com. Do not forget that you will also soon be able to see Josie Milner on our Music Mayhem page. And I just want to thank everybody listening tonight. You guys are amazing. Again, I want to thank Josie Milner. Honey, you are so fantastic. You are so talented. And it was an absolute honor and a privilege to have you on the show tonight. And I cannot wait to see what time brings you. I have no doubt you're just going to reach the top.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh, thank you, honey. Thank you so much for coming on. Again, thank our listeners, and I hope everybody has a great night. Be kind to each other and be kind to animals, and we'll all see you again next week. All right, everybody, have a good night. Goodbye, Josie.
Bye.
Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
It's the Hollywood Rockin' Wrap-Up with your host, Jason Hadley. Robin Thicke thrusted his hips into the face of a girl in the front row while performing a song he wrote to try to win his wife back. Cheating on wife Paula Patton, Robin already won her back. It was the last thing he saw when she was leaving him for cheating. As a wedding gift to Kim and Kanye, Ray J sent a check to the couple for his share of profits from the sex tape that launched her career. As Kim's manager, Mom Kris Jenner's entitled to 10% of those sex tape profits, in addition to whatever she made as the director. Rapper 50 Cent was a no-show at his son's graduation, but claims he wasn't invited. However, 50 writes the check to the school ever since he heard on TV,
50 Cent to save that child's life.
At a recent charity event, a tipsy Reese Witherspoon paid $24,000 to sing a duet with Kenny Chesney. Unfortunately, all of the children had to use their Make-A-Wish to get them to stop. And that's the Hollywood Rockin' Wrap-Up. Follow us on Twitter at Rockin' Wrap-Up.
Juggernaut sound. Juggernaut sound. Juggernaut sound. Juggernaut sound. Getting the word out about what is both now and next. Juggernaut sound.
You're listening to ExciteRadio.com.
Have you signed up for your free profile?
You can join the Excite Radio community as an artist, label, venue, or fan.
Join us today for free and interact with today's hottest unsigned talent.
ExciteRadio.com. The world is listening.
Moment to Moment, the MTM Group is a full-service marketing and media agency that specializes in fostering emotional connections between client offerings and consumer passions. We produce memorable campaigns and experiences that meet client objectives through the thoughtful use of new technologies and core strengths we've evolved over the past 15 years. We lead with a proactive approach. Listen and deliver. For more information, visit the mtmgroup.com or call 310-291-8066.
Zoo FX, creative specialist. We specialize in motion graphics, visual effects, 3D animation, DVD menu design, and professional website development for motion picture, broadcast, and the professional who is looking for the next level of discovery. Call us for an appointment at area code 818-888-0200 or visit us online at thezoofx.com and come see what we have to offer you and your company. When was the last time you've been to the zoo? Zoo FX.
Oh, here we go. I believe it's the electronic techno wee rubba dee dee da rah music. Have a pleasant evening and be safe, not stupid, for the boogeyman will find you and wipe a boogie on you. Good night and sweet dreams. Fuck. How do you shut this thing off? Is it this? No, that's my blender. When did I put my blender on a switch? That's odd. Did you hear that? What was that? What was that again? Oh, that's me talking. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, fuck it. Here's the plug. YOLO!